by Trout. So over to you guys.
Yes, indeed. I'm joined here by Chris Trout. For those guys who don't know who Chris Trout is, he is a YouTube star, I have to say. One of the people I look up to in the YouTube community is a YouTuber.
Bit of a sideman now, though.
Bit of a side, yeah, he's a bit of a sideman. He's now working at Gfinity, that other massive corporation that's that we saw a few weeks ago. Actually, my first proper event that I ever casted that was scary as hell. But anyway, Trout, welcome to EGL. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for having me. How are you doing?
I'm doing. It's nice to have someone ask how I'm doing. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you very much.
Have they not been asking you?
They know. No, they just sit there and be like, oh, okay.
They're just self-obsessed.
I'm great. Yeah.
Terrible.
All these people, honestly. But anyway, let's get talking down to business. Who have you been watching today?
TCM. I'm coaching TCM.
He's coaching
event,
TCM.
So
How's your call-outs?
My call-outs?
Yeah.
Mine are spot on.
Yeah, every time?
I wouldn't be coach otherwise, obviously. But no.
If you got that victory against Epsilon, you'd have claimed that was all you, wasn't it? Yeah, every time.
I put the team on my backpack. That's how coaches do. But no, we've been playing well. We have got Carl as a pickup, so obviously not the whole chemistry thing isn't 100% there. But he's adapted well. I think a lot of people saw the pool player yesterday as not that valuable, a little bit of a waste of time, because everyone seems to have played each other again today anyway in the same order. But for us having a pickup, it was quite a valuable thing. We got a lot of practice. We understood each other as a team.
Yeah, that's the most valuable thing was the fact that everybody who had a pickup or wasn't used to playing managed to get gel. Like Infused today, for instance, they didn't play as well as everyone thought they would yesterday, and then today,
and then they went off,
absolutely just destroying everything and everyone. Tommy just going berserk.
Vintage as well.
Vintage. Oh, wow, that guy is a god, man. I was watching him the last game. I was just looking at him, just like, yeah, he's about to shoot those two guys. Oh, look, there we go. They're dead. Okay, right. Oh, there's the third. Excellent. Okay, well, every single time, yeah. But you've also, I know this because you can't help your YouTube roots, been hanging around with Team YouTube Swag, basically.
Team YouTube Swag.
Team
I'm so
YouTube
proud
Swag.
of them. They got to, what was it, top 24?
Top 24.
They got to round 4.
Yeah, so they got in top 24. They must be.
They won 3 games in a row, and then they got to the losers bracket, and they lost in the losers bracket. It was 3-2, I think, and then in the amateur bracket they lost again 3-2. But those guys have only been playing about, 8 days. They formed a team.
They formed a team and they had 2 hours practice. So
exactly. They didn't have any.
They did really well. They did much better. They actually got a lot of compliments from some of the pro players. Obviously, there was some abuse being shouted at them, which I was laughing about. But it was expected. It was expected. You often see this whole YouTuber pro thing,
they kind of think they're just pub stars. And pub stars, But I've seen some of them. They've got amazing talent.
Benny especially has got.
He's got one of the most sound shots I've ever seen.
His accuracy is honestly godly, and I really hope Benny isn't watching this right now because his ego you can't feed Benny's ego. You definitely can't feed Benny's ego, otherwise he starts saying all sorts of things and all sorts of crazy stuff happens. But that doesn't particularly they're YouTube stars. They're used to getting a lot of attention and all that sort of stuff. But
it does show.
It does show. It changes
people who are watching
at
home. You think, oh, I'm better than this guy or that guy. These guys they don't really take the game that seriously. They've come here and played a couple of games. They've done really, really well. I mean, I'm quite impressed at what they managed to achieve with such.
I was as well. I was like, they ain't gonna play. They ain't gonna even get map.
I was a little bit worried, but they did do incredibly well. So if you're sitting at home and you think you could do it, you should. Yeah, you should definitely pick it up.
If you've got those reflexes that obviously everybody here has got very good reflexes, but if you've got those twitch reflexes, you find yourself going, wow, I can't believe I got that kill, then maybe playing is for you. Yeah,
well, I've done it myself, and it's an incredible feeling. Like all the guys, the YouTubers who came down, they said how much of a rush they get, and the feeling they got from this doesn't compare.
This place.
You imagine your best game on Call of Duty. They said that it doesn't even come close, that feeling, to what they got just playing one regular game here.
I remember I went to the YouTuber Showdown at Gfinity. Of course, you remember that. That was a very fun day. And I came out of it going, I could do that all again. I was so tired, so hot and bothered, because at these LAN events, and even at Gfinity, where the Gfinity HQ that I was at, there were all those computers and desktops and stuff. They're all chucking. There's very poor ventilation in buildings around London, and suffice to say that we get very hot is the word for it. And you come out exhausted, sweaty. You've obviously been playing, you've been trying your mind out, and there is something special about LAN events and like seeing your players that you're beating. It's not the same as just got owned. You got a quad feed online. You actually get to get the element of trash talk again.
Yes,
it is. That was the thing.
The best part is I remember going to an event and being there, and I was playing against a couple of friends, and I think Benson was involved, and we were just trash talking each other. You shouldn't trash talk, by the way.
Yeah,
that's frowned upon. That's bad. You shouldn't do it. But
swear direct. Now, I want to just bring this point up quickly. Direct trash, not like indirect trash talk is fine. I think a little bit. You know, just saying. But when you single out an individual and start swearing,
when it gets personal,
when it gets personal, it gets too far. Like there was a few of the amateur guys, and we heard them occasionally, and they're saying some words that you wouldn't really repeat to your mother or your father, and you should be able to
get your mouth washed out with soap.
Yeah, exactly. You get your mouth washed out with soap. But yes. Anyway, continue your story.
But yeah, we were trash talking each other to all sorts of extents. But it's good fun because we're good friends, and it didn't really matter. We were having a good laugh, a good time, and playing in person is so much better. Everyone remembers, sitting at home playing on whatever console they had, like Nintendo 64 or whatever, and playing against other people in the same room.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't beat
GoldenEye.
that.
GoldenEye.
This whole online thing has kind of killed that. And it's so good to do it actually.
Yes, it is. It is. This LAN event is the way forward, honestly. And with so many games coming out, in the future, in the next generation, we've got COD Ghosts, of course. I'll hopefully be casting some stuff of that. It'll be fantastic. There's Battlefield. There's Titanfall. I don't know about Destiny. It's going to be a great year for the first-person shooter genre in general. I mean, this generation saw the launch of the first-person shooters almost certainly with Halo 3 and then COD 4, and that kind of definitely launched it. I mean, before you'd see a lot of third-person kind of role-playing games and things like that. PC was certainly almost exclusively role-playing games. World of Warcraft springs to mind. But I mean, now it seems that first-person shooter and 60 frames per second is the absolute must for being able to play it competitively and to be able to watch it competitively as well.
We've got a lot of potential with the Xbox One coming out. I mean, the hardware is so better.
It's
just
so
a
much
lot better this time, and I'm expecting big things from all the games. Obviously, I don't think they're going to go out of the gates, throwing everything at it, but it will get a lot better.
Well, if you think about it, the beginning of the 360, it looked pretty much like PS2 graphics or Xbox graphics when you started, on the 360,
yeah.
And then as everybody learned to optimize things, think of Grand Theft Auto now, how that looks compared to Grand Theft Auto 4 when the console was just released. And look at Grand Theft Auto 4 and then look at Grand Theft Auto 5, and the difference once you've been able to optimize games is absolutely fantastic. So things like Ghost and Battlefield and maybe the first Titanfall, there's another one. It's like the second year and the third year where you're going to start really seeing graphical capabilities and everything's going to be optimized. People get used to the hardware, and that, I think, is when it's going to really, really kick off.
Have you pre-ordered yours?
I have pre-ordered my Xbox. It will be arriving on day one. I will also be getting a PlayStation 4, but that will be a little bit later due to money situations at university. You got to kind of say, I really want this game, but no, student problems, man. Yeah, I've also got to go out drinking. Don't forget, you got to go out drinking and partying and all that sort of good stuff as well. It is student problems, guys. If you guys are thinking about going to university, if you do get into university, you will understand exactly what I'm on about. You're like, nah, there's going to be no student problems. Yeah, you got to have kebab money, exactly. And all that sort of stuff is going to be fantastic. It's going to be brilliant. I cannot wait for the next generation console. It's going to be great. Just the new controllers as well. I always love getting my hands on new controllers. Just to feel something different.
Quite a nice feeling controllers. A little bit slimmer. Well, I say the overall controllers maybe a bit chunkier, but the sticks are a lot thinner.
They're a little thinner, a little bit longer as well. I noticed that, which is good because the more range of motion you have. This is what PC players always say. If you have more range, because that a joystick is what, an inch maybe left and right, but a mouse you've got that much.
You'd be amazed how much, how much you could turn just by a small fraction on the mouse.
Exactly. That's why obviously PC players think they are the overlords of all. And I do love playing PC myself, so I'm kind of in that sort of genre as well.
But talking some serious waffle.
We are talking some serious waffle right now. We're kind of stalling a little bit actually because we do have some games are coming into game anyway. But anyway, right, we're going to be switching to a commercial break. I think right now is Mr. Producer Man. Yes, we are going to switch straight to a commercial break. Mr. Producer Man has given me the thumbs up. So, thank you very much for watching. This is Trout. He is a good friend of mine, and thank you for coming on, man.
Thank you.
No worries. Goodbye.